Hugging the knees in, releasing down. Just again, give yourself a nice big hug. And then find your Sukhasana, easy sitting position. So you can line up the heels if that's okay, if that feels good. If your knees come up, you can always put blocks underneath them. The idea is not to be strained. So you can do that. You can use blankets or bolsters or however it is that you want to work that. So again, this is another core engagement. It's not really an active posture, but really engaging that core, pulling the belly button into the spine, taking a big breath in, open through the chest. And then on the exhale, you're going to roll out over your feet, coming to your hands and knees position. So this is called Durga Go, cat-cows. I'm sure you're familiar, spreading the fingers wide. Nice straight line from crown to hips to heels, or from crown to shoulders to hips. There we are. Inhaling, dropping the belly down, pulling the chest right between the shoulders. And exhaling, rolling up. Taking this on your own breath, just inhaling, coming into cow. And exhaling into cat. Again, you're using your core. You don't really feel like you are, but you are. So taking these as much as you need to, for however long. Then coming back to center. So from here, we're going to move to tiger. So from here, inhale, right knee into the body. Exhale, kick it back. Toes face down, square the shoulders, square the hips. Long lines all the way from crown to shoulders to hips to heel. Stay here, looking down, finding your drishti, maybe engaging those abs, extending the left hand. Breathe, full big breath. Now if you wanted more, you can always reach back, find the foot, push the foot into the hand and coming up. But that's not necessary. This is good. This is a core strengthener in itself. But you can come up and then release. Then we move through. On the exhale, coming to the other side. Inhaling, left knee in. Exhaling, kicking it back, toes facing down. Reestablish, pushing the ground away, pushing into the pads of the fingers. Inhaling, right arm up. So strong in the core. Strong in the breath, staying here, maybe finding the balance. Stay where you are and breathe. Then if you do take the full tiger position, coming back to the balance, exhale, shake it out. So that's a good core stabilizer posture. Then some of the others, obviously, not moving through the whole vinyasa, but you could do sun salutations from here too, or just to go over, we'll extend both feet back, coming into your plank. This is the most obvious of the core strengtheners. So you can always drop your knees. You're still getting something out of this, but maybe coming into the full plank, straight line from shoulders to hips to heels. You can drop right knee down, line up, right hand with right knee, rolling out, Vasanastrasana, side plank. Staying here, coming up. So full big breath, hips are lifted, pressing hand into the earth, into the pads of the fingers, take a big breath in. Exhale with control, back to our original plank. And so obviously you'll have to go back to the other side, Vasanastrasana, moving through on the left, same thing. Coming onto the knee, or up. Hold these for about 3 to 5 breaths. Then with control, lower back down. So from here, take a big breath in. Exhale, tuck the elbows in. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana, 6 inches off the mat. Inhaling, scooping through. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Up and back, downward facing dog. Hold this for 3 full breaths. When you've held for 3 full breaths, another good core exercise would be to bring the toes together. Notice the way that changes the stretch. Inhale, one leg, downward facing dog. Square the shoulders, just let the leg come to where it wants. It can be here, that's fine. It can be a little higher. Just wherever you are, engage your core. Exhale, release. Inhale, up. So shoulders are squared. Ankle or heel aspires to the mat. Exhale, release. So like in downward dog, really pull that belly button into the spine. Press the pads of the fingers into the mat. Let the neck be nice and loose. Hips up and back, chest aspires towards the thighs. Take a big breath in. Exhale, knees to the mat, sits bones to heels, child's pose. Chest falls between the knees. Hold that for a few breaths. So using my cheat sheet, moving on. Some of the standing postures for the core. Again, anytime that you are standing, you should really make an effort to engage the abs, even just in Tadasana. Rolling the shoulders down, activating the quads, pulling the belly button into the spine. Back and down, full big breath. We'll try Utkatasana, which is chair pose. So bending the knees, coming like you're coming into your little chair. You can sometimes, if you feel you can bring the fingertips to the mat, inhaling, coming up. Strong in the core, strong in the quads. So you can take twists in this posture. I can't talk today, I'm sorry. Coming into the twist, obviously on both sides, coming back up, exhaling, releasing into Uttanasana, forward fold. So that's a good core strengthener. Obviously, Ardha Chandrasana is another half moon pose. And again, anytime you take any standing postures, be it warrior two, bending that front leg, thigh aspires to be parallel to the earth, pushing through the little toe side of the foot, bending, engage that core, belly button into spine, roll shoulders back and down. Then moving through to Ardha Chandrasana, you can bring your block, put it right where your hand's gonna go, bringing back leg up, engaging, hinging, and you can always do this against the wall. Bringing up, slowly, rotate, up, engage, breathe, release, and lower down. Then move through to the other side. So just, again, you can do it with your back against the wall. Just come here, up, release. Then you try to take that shoulder to the back pocket, rotate around. The leg is like pretty much directly off the hip. Then inhale, come up. Then move to the opposite side. So that's a good one as well. You always have to go both sides. But again, any of those standing postures really engage in the core. Warrior three or Dagasana, Virabhadrasana 3. There's a couple of terms for this. Another core strengthener. One leg comes forward. Inhale, bring the knee up. Exhale, using your core, using your leg. Strong, straight lines. Big full breath. Inhale. Ooh. Pull it back in. Exhale, release. If you fall, I fall all the time, no big deal, try again. Same with Vrksasana, tree pose. I'm sure you know. Hinging forward, shifting your weight, pulling foot up. It's a core strengthener as well. Really engage those abs. And breathe. You can move through different postures or different arm positions. But the core is what keeps you straight and stable. And release, and then move through the other side. So those are some ideas. I was going to show you, again, coming to the mat for Kapotasana Pigeon. You can use this as a yin posture as well. It's just kind of in a vinyasa. So from here, I like to come into it from down dog. So from here, you just up, come through, put your right knee behind right wrist, right ankle behind left wrist. Then kind of drop down in the pelvis, really opening through the hip. Now this might be too much for your hip if you know you have hip issues. So, you know, you might need to work on this over time. But to me, it's just a wonderful posture. So I'll show you on the other side, just rotating, opening through the chest, exhaling. You can walk your hands out or just kind of let the chest melt over the leg. And breathe. You can always take a bolster or a blanket. That doesn't really work well, but you know what I mean, to put under your hip if it's a little too uncomfortable. The idea is you should be able to hold this for, in yin they hold it up to 5 minutes. So you could get there as well. Let's see, and I think, well, I'll do 2 more. So shoelace in yin is just crossing the knees over like this. This is another good one for releasing tension in the hips and the back. You know, this might not be possible. If it's not, that's okay. You can just straighten one leg. The idea is to open through the hip, moving through both sides. If this is something that works for you, you can inhale, exhale, release over. Trying to aspire to hook the chin around the top knee. And the final one we'll do, what's that? Let's see. Oh, yes, the Sphinx. We've already moved through down dog on one, or upward facing dog, but Sphinx, extending into plank, exhale, lower down, all the way down, releasing to the floor. Bringing hands right in front of shoulders, grounding down in the pelvis, and breathe. And this is one that can be held for 5 minutes too, if this is comfortable. And the more you hold these, hopefully the better and more comfortable you become. You can always extend coming into seal, if that feels good, or if that's too much, you know, keep it low and breathe. So those are some ideas. And the last one I'll go over is my absolute favorite. It is another spinal twist, but this time with an extended leg. You can use your scarf or your strap. So again, engaging the core, coming all the way down. From here, looping your strap around your foot, inhaling, coming up. On the exhale, left arm, left hand to strap, right hand to mat. And on that exhale, just gently let it fall over. It's my favorite stretch. Just big full breath. Taking that into the hip. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, releasing. Inhaling, moving through the opposite side. Up. Big breath in, exhale, release. Grounding down the shoulder like we did before. Inhaling up, exhale, and release everything down. So I hope that's been of some help. I think the more you do it with consistency, maybe the more it will help. I don't know. Either way, just let me know if any of those postures work for you, and if they don't, then I can always try something else. But just let me know, and talk to you soon. Namaste.